Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all well. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this really cute beaded hoop earring. We're going to be using chenille stitch for this. So this is what it looks like. So to make one of these earrings you're going to need some hoop earrings. So I'm using 3cm ones. You can use smaller or bigger, you'll just need to adjust the length of the beadwork. And the hoop as well, I just got these from my local bead shop, but any hoop earring that's going to open enough that you can fit the beadwork on and round. It doesn't have to be this style of hoop. You'll also need your beading needle and thread, and I'm using 6 pound fireline for this, and your beads. So you'll need 2 different colours. So your main colour, I'm obviously using more than 2 colours here, so I'm using a rainbow mix for my main colour and then these silver beads in between. So you want 2 colours or a mix and another colour. So for the video I'm just going to show you using 2 very contrasting colours, because this is a bit, all the different colours, it could get a bit confusing. So I'm going to show you how to do it with these so it's a bit easier. And I think that's everything, so let's get started. I did my needle. I'm going to start by picking up this sequence. So one of your main colour, one of your second colour, one of your main colour. One of your main colour, one of your second colour, one of your main colour, and one more time, one of your main colour, one of your second colour, and one of your main colour. So you should have this sequence. Slide those down onto your thread. You're going to sew through the first 2, so you're coming out of this one of your accent colour. Like that. Now we're going to pick up main colour, accent colour, main colour. And we're going to go, coming out of this one, we're going to skip over those 2 blue ones and we're going to go into that next one that's the accent colour. Like that. Okay, and the same again, so main colour 1, colour 2, colour 1. And coming out of this one, skipping these 2 and going into that next one of your second colour. And one more time, so colour 1, colour 2, colour 1. And you're coming out of this one, skip over the 2 blue, and this is the end of the row, so we're going to go into that last one right round here where we started. Okay, so now we have this, and we need to step up. So you've got these 3 groups of 3 that you added in that row, and you can sort of push them up, encourage them to sit up like that. So right now we're coming out here, we're going to step up through this blue one and into this green on the top, this accent colour. So we're here, we're going to step up through 2. Okay, and now pull that tight, and again you can encourage those 3 little groups of 3 that we just added to sit up as you go. Now we're going to just do the same again. And we're coming out of this accent colour on the top, and we're going to go into the next one round in the circle. Right here. Okay. And colour 1, colour 2, colour 1. This time we're coming out of this one, so we're going to go into the next accent bead on the top row. And again, colour 1, colour 2, colour 1, the last group of the row. So you're coming out of this one, you're going to go into that next one, like that. Okay, pull that nice and tight. So we're coming out of this one here, and that was the last one in the row, so you're going to step up through the next 2 again, like that. So we're going to keep doing the same thing, so picking up colour 1, colour 2 and colour 1, and we're coming out of this one. So it's easy to think that you need to go into this one here at this point, but what you need to do is you're coming out of this one, you're going to skip those next 3, so skip the blue, the green and the blue, and go into the next one on the top row. So if you follow that pattern, you should be okay. Okay, so same again, colour 1, colour 2 and colour 1. And again, we're coming out here, but we're not going into this one. You can kind of see on this one sits a little bit lower. It's on the row below. So you're going to skip over those 3 and go into the next accent bead in that next kind of little triangle of 3. Definitely gets easier as you get like kind of a bit of a length to work with. So one more time for this row, so you add 3 groups of 3 in every row. So if you keep count of that, then you'll know when you're at the end of the row. So this is our last group of 3 for this row. So we're coming out of this one, so we're going to skip the 3 that are making like a little smile and go into that next one. So you're at the end of the row, so there's nowhere else to go from here, so you're going to step up through 2 as always, like that. And so we have this so far. So basically you're going to keep doing that same thing now until you've got the length that you need, but I'm going to show you 1 or 2 more times just to make sure it's clear. So picking up 3 beads like this, so main colour, second colour, main colour. Coming out of this one, skipping over these 3 and going into that next accent colour, which is on the top row. Like that, and then the same again, main colour, second colour, main colour. Coming out of here, skipping those 3 and going into that next accent colour. Keeping it pulled nice and tight. Main colour, accent colour, main colour. Coming out of here, skip these 3 underneath and go into that next accent colour. And pull it nice and tight, and always remember to step up. So we're at the end of the row, so we're going to step up through 2. So in every row you're always going through those top 3 accent colour beads that we added. So this is what we have. So basically you're just going to carry on doing that now until you get the length that you need. So as you go and you think it's looking like you've got a good length, the best way to do it is just sort of measure it around your hoop as you go. So my 3 centimetre hoops, you end up needing 3 inches of this chenille stitch. So if you're doing 3 centimetre hoops, it'll probably be about the same, depending on how thick your hoops are as well. But yeah, so keep going along and then take your hoop and just sort of, you know, lay it next to it until you think you've got about the right length for this. Make sure you leave space if yours is like mine, so that your earring will still be able to fasten, like there's not much space there underneath. So make sure you think about that as well. So keep going until you get that length, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so here is my rainbow one. So I'm going to show you with this because I've got the length that I need. So like I said, this measures about 3 inches, and that is perfect for my 3cm hoop. So if you're doing a smaller hoop or a bigger hoop, this is really good because the pattern stays exactly the same, it just depends on the length. So you can do any size hoops that you want. So once you've got this and you've tied off both of your threads, so on this little sample that I did, I'm just going to show you how to tie a knot. So what I would do is I'd sew back down into the piece first, sort of like following the path of the beads where they've gone, the thread's gone through before. Don't kind of pull them in a different direction, just go through them in the same way they've been gone through before. And then to tie a knot, I'll just take my needle under the thread. So my thread is coming out of this bead, I'm going to take my needle under the thread that connects the bead that I'm coming out of to the next one, till I've got a tiny loop, and then go through the loop twice so that it's a double knot, really secure. Pull that down nice and slowly till you feel the knot tighten, like that, and then you're going to sew on further away from the knot before you cut your thread. You can tie more than one knot, of course. So pull it really tight and the knot should disappear inside a bead. And this like chenille stitch is very kind of wobbly, it's almost stretchy, I don't know if you can see that, so don't feel that you're like, it can feel quite loose to work with when you come to tie your knots. It feels like, oh, I need to go through all these beads again to make it tighter, but that's just kind of the nature of the stitch, so don't worry about that too much. So then once you've done that with both your threads, so do the same on your tail thread, you can cut them both off, and then you will have this. So it's really flexible. I love chenille stitch, I love the stretch it has. It's kind of, it's great for bangles. I've already got a chenille stitch bangle tutorial, or bracelet or bangle, I can't remember, I think it's bangle tutorial on my channel. Yeah, so they're great for bangles because like you can stretch to get them on. But anyway, so you're going to take your earring and just kind of feed it on. So just kind of feed it on, I kind of twist it. Like I said, it's a stretchy thread, so don't worry about, you're not going to snap it just because it's stretching a bit or anything like that. Just keep twisting it and adjusting it until you can get it all the way on. Like that. Oops. And that is us all finished. So I don't secure my ends. If you wanted to, you could like leave your threads attached and then tighten up these ends by sewing through the last 3 beads to sort of bring them together if you don't want it to slide around. But I kind of like it like this because I've got this one pair of hoops and I can make this in however many colours I want, and then I can swap them whenever I want to, so I don't really want it attached to the hoop too tightly, and it's not going to fall off when I'm wearing it because it's a closed hoop. So I just love how these turned out. They look so nice as well in the ear. So that is the finished tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed it and you found it helpful and you're able to make one of these. I think they're so cute. I'd love to see if someone makes like a really big hoop. That would be amazing. So send me a picture if you do, I'd love to see that. You can follow me on Instagram at Beading by Hannah, and like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to see more of my videos. You can also comment down below anything else you'd like to see. I've got a couple of bracelets here that I've recently made. So one was on the loom with like added embellishment, and this one I just came up with this like cross design. You can probably tell what it was inspired by. So if you wanted to see a tutorial for either of those, let me know in the comments or on Instagram. And as always, thanks so much for watching. See you next time, everyone. Bye.